Hello everybody, it's Farmsim Guy here, hope you're all doing well. Well, we're here today and we're going to have a look at my setup. I have been asked loads of times in the comments of my vids over the last few months and in the Discord if I will do people a tour of my setup and let you see how I've got it rigged up at the moment. Now, to be honest, I think with setups, they're an ever-changing thing, aren't they? You get new kit, you move things around, you need more space to do certain things. So I think it'll always be a work in progress. I can't see ever it being a point at which I'm going, no, that's me, I don't need to do anything more to this. But it'll give you an idea as to what it's like at the moment and the situation and the setup that I've got for pulling my vids together. So without further ado, let's jump into it and take a look. Okay, there's a little bit of an overview of the desk itself. A couple of AOC monitors there, 24 inches, 144 hertz. I didn't want to spend too much money when I set this gig up because I didn't know how it would happen and whether it would last me any time at all. So I treated myself to those monitors at the time, and to be honest, they've been absolutely brilliant. I'm not sure I need 27-inch monitors. It also gives me a little bit more real estate on my desk for things like my headphones there and the sim dashboard screen on the right-hand side as well. You can see the little Stream Deck button box in the middle there. That's very helpful for streaming. We'll go in and look at all of these in detail, but just thought I'd give you a little bit of an overview there. And there you go, steering wheel and the control panel there, just so you can see those. You can see my computer under the desk there. Not ideal, I'd rather have that up on the desk as well, but space is at a premium, so I am having to do the best I can. Now, if we cut around here a little bit, you can see the racing seat in the background there. We'll come to that in a little minute, but for now, let's cover off some of the other things. The GT Omega seat. Now, I did end up getting a bit of a sore back after I'd started doing a lot more on the computer and spending a lot more time there. This was a gift from my wife at Christmas as a bit of a present to save my back, and I have to say it's been absolutely phenomenal. I did buy the XL one, and the extra space in there, it's a super comfy seat. Definitely, if you're looking for a gaming chair, well worth checking these guys out. So really like that. So thanks to GT Omega for producing such a brilliant product. Very comfy. We'll come back, like I said, to the race sim at the end, because I know a few of you asked me about that. But let's go down and have a look at the computer. So there's my computer. Very difficult to not get a chair leg in the way there. But there it is. You can see the RTX 2080 in there. We have got 32 gig of Corsair RAM in there, and we are running a Ryzen 7 3700 processor at the moment. Do we need to update this for farming sim work? Definitely not. Now, what I'd ideally like in the future is to have a separate PC. So I'm running a separate PC to capture my game footage and my streams and send them out separately, because it would mean then that the game wasn't under too much pressure when I was recording on it, and the card was doing half as much work. But do you know what? That's a real luxury, and for now I can live with that. You'll have to apologise, the cable management of the pack, very much in the process of setting up the racing sim still and working out how I can get everything working. So like I said, we'll come back to that in a minute, but apologies for that. It's usually a lot neater than that. There you can see, apologies for it being very dark as well, they are my very plasticky pedals from the heavy equipment bundle. They do what they need to do at the moment, so from that perspective I'm okay with them. Like I've said I think a few times now, would I buy this set again? No, definitely not. I'd probably invest in something a little bit better, but it's not let me down yet. It's been absolutely perfect, and the suicide knob on there is very helpful indeed. Now this microphone is probably the cheapest bit of kit I own. It is from Amazon. It's a toner microphone, and the arm and the mic and everything that came with it was incredibly cheap at the time. I think it was about 50 UK pounds. I just needed a better mic than I had going through my headset that I had at the time. That was the one that was available, and it works really well. The arm creaks a little. It doesn't have the best sound. It takes a little bit of time to set it up, but I've got it running quite sweetly now, and at some point that's probably one of the next investments for me. But at the moment it's doing the job perfectly well, so I'm going to leave it at that. Let's just come around here and show you my headphones. These were a bit of an investment for me, and they have been well worth it. They are the Razer Kraken Ultimate headset. It's wireless, and it's fantastic. Really, really, really good piece of kit. They're quite heavy, but once your ears are enclosed around the heads, the muffs, it's so good in there. You know, you don't pick up any peripheral noise. It's really good for kind of playing back audio and listening to things when you're editing, particularly when you're editing. I mean, it's great in game anyway, you always get a good game sound, but when you're editing, absolutely brilliant. There's so much going on in this house with the family here, kids being noisy and stuff. A good set of headphones is an absolute must for me. You can see some of my attempts at cable management there, so I do have a plan to tidy this stuff up in the not too distant future, but for now there's a little bit too much going on a daily basis to be able to sort it. Okay, if I just pan down here, there's my keyboard. It is a Steel Series keyboard. Again, it's a mechanical keyboard, absolutely no use in farming sim to need a mechanical keyboard or a fancy keyboard. I used it for FPS shooters where I play with keyboard and mouse. Not that I'm doing a lot of that at the moment, but it's still a cracking keyboard, and I do enjoy it, the feel of a nice mechanical keyboard. So that's there. There's the Stream Deck as well, so you can see that. You can customize the buttons on that to make them work with your appropriate bits of software. So you can see there I've got all my commands there for running a stream, which is really, really good. The obligatory John Deere farm toys, there's a little Fent there as well, just to remind me what I'm doing. Now if I cut around here, there's the Sim Dash on the cheapest Android tablet you can find, but it does the job absolutely perfectly. It's 10-inch. I think it cost me £100. I think it's about $109 in the Amazon store in the US as well. So very, very reasonably priced to get you up and running if that's what you want to do. And of course it's a tablet, so you can still watch Netflix on it and surf the web and do everything else as well. And I've got it hanging in that rather nice little stand there, which again cost I don't know, $20 from Amazon as well, just something to retain it and then lift it up a little bit higher. Just up here we've got a little ring light which I use, I switch on when I'm streaming, just helps illuminate my face a little bit more so you can see me a little bit better. To be honest, the lighting is one thing I need to do a little bit more research on and get a little bit more au fait with, because at the moment it's not ideal. But we'll work on that. You know what, it's always a little bit of a learning journey. Now if I cut across here as well, we've got our Logitech C920 webcam. Probably if you're going to get a webcam, this is one of the best ones you can get. 1080p output at 60 frames per second, so very helpful from that perspective, and I found that really, really useful. Also on the desk down here, next to the rather nice flashing LED mouse mat, and let's be honest, we know LEDs improve the performance of your PC. We've got the nice Shuttle Express here. This is just a little jog shuttle I use for when I'm editing. It means I can actually get really frame perfect on some of my cuts. So a nice little tool to have, again, relatively cheap to buy, but the benefit of having that is great. You can rewind and fast forward footage with one hand, with your hand on the mouse for making cuts on the other, and it just speeds things up a lot. So quite enjoy having that there. And as you can see, the amount of things I've got plugged into my PC, I have a massive USB hub that sits behind my PC. Some of the key elements go straight into the PC, but a lot of peripherals like this get plugged straight into the back of the big USB hub and into the computer. Either that, or I would run out of stuff a long time ago. So there you go, that's my setup. That's where I do all of my editing, all of my gameplay, and everything that I get ready for my videos. I like it. Does me proud. I wish I had a second desk so I didn't have to work around that steering wheel in the middle, but to be honest I've got quite used to it and it doesn't really get in the way when I'm editing now. But yeah, the dream one day would be to have a double desk, one for gaming and then an editing suite next to it as well. But who knows, maybe one day in the future we'll get to that point. We can't avoid talking about it any longer though, so let's have a little chat about the sim rig. The actual rig itself is from Trak Racer. As you can see, the TR logo on the back there. This is the TR8, I believe, which is the one. I did a lot of research before I bought this. There was quite a few that I had options on, but this is the one I finally plumped for. And the main reason for that is it's quite compact, as you can see. but it is incredibly sturdy. The other thing I really like about it is the fact that it's got the monitor stand bolted onto the frame as well. A lot of them have a separate monitor stand which comes as a separate piece and fits around the main frame. I didn't like that. I like the compact view of it. There's the new monitor, the widescreen, the 34-inch widescreen monitor or ultra-wide monitor. Again, this one is 4K and it is as well 144 Hertz, and it's awesome. This monitor is phenomenal. I can see myself getting another one of these in the future, no question at all. In terms of kit on here, let me go down and show you the pedals. They are the Clubsport, the new Fanatec Clubsport 3 pedals. They are an incredible piece of kit. The engineering on them is absolutely second to none. I've never ever seen anything as well made as those for gaming. Absolutely brilliant. Now I've got the Logitech G920 steering wheel here. It did come with the pedals, and obviously I've not used those. Nice little wheel, does everything it's supposed to. Definitely an upgrade from what I'm used to with the heavy equipment bundle. I can see myself probably keeping this after my Fanatec direct drive base arrives. I already have a wheel upstairs, which I bought when I bought the pedals. So we've got the Podium wheel still boxed and not collecting dust yet. So I'm really looking forward to the wheelbase coming in October time, I think. And we can get that set up properly. But this is a really awesome rig. I really enjoy this. The other thing I do need to invest in as well is a keyboard and mouse stand. At the moment they're sitting on a little bit of, I think that's actually a shelf from a cupboard I'm using at the moment. Very cheap 60% keyboard and a very cheap mouse, because that's all you really need, just to move the cursor around and click on things while you're setting up your race. In general, I'm really enjoying this. I'd like to spend a little bit more time on it yet. Still finding my feet with it, but it's a really nice addition to the setup. And yeah, the sim racing side of it, I'm really getting into. But of course, the first love is always going to be Farm Sim. It's got me to where I am today, and I'm really still enjoying what I do here. I am a tech nerd. I am a geek. I'll be the first to admit it. So, you know, nice computer kit and all of that stuff is really interesting to me, and I'm looking forward to really developing and kind of growing this setup over the years as things hopefully develop and evolve. But for now, there is my setup. So there you go, folks. A little bit of a whistle-stop tour of my current setup. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that was something that you found interesting. If you have any further questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below and I'll do my very best to answer them. But for now, that is where the magic happens. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again soon. Take care. Bye for now.